Nigeria Info.
So, I'm learning to maximize my time so we can really, have quality conversation here on the show. So we're going to start conversations right about now, 7 minutes, gone past the hour of 5. Yes, you're still listening to Hot Faction 92.3 Nigeria Info, and I remain Kalada Kurubatobo. Now, this conversation that we're about to have is not really different, not much different from the one we just rounded off with, but it's not necessarily for you. It's now for the politicians. Similar conversation, but this time for the politicians. Now, I started with asking you if you are willing to have a positive mindset towards the government, towards the development of the country, because I knew I was also going to ask you, who are supporters of the various presidential candidates, various politicians, if they also will be willing to form a unity government. Now, I do remember towards the election, or just before the election that held early part of this year, there were talks about, is there the possibility of a unity government? Is it possible that if Atiku won, Atiku and Obi would work together, or if Obi won, Obi and, there were all of those, calculations, political calculations and estimations. And then INEC declared President Tinubu as president at the time, and there were talks about unity government, and even the president was quoted to have said, come work with me so that we can take Nigeria to the promised land. You've got great ideas. You'd sampled some of your great ideas during the campaign period. Now let's have some of these ideas implemented. I can't know it all. I don't know it all. But let's put heads together and make Nigeria work. I remember that. And I remember the president also made that call yet again after the Court of Appeal judgment, that is the Presidential Election Petition Court, right? And this time, Obi responded and said it was not, or rather the Labour Party responded and said they were going to see the journey through to the Supreme Court. Now it is done, and like the president said, no more, 2023 election conversations. Now it's done. Supreme Court has given its judgment. It is time for development. People like Akpabio, people like, some notable people, I'll mention them, I'll read the article shortly, have come out to also call for some kind of unity amongst the presidential candidates. Come and work together. Come help. Yeah, when it's another election cycle, we can go our separate ways. We can compete against each other. Remember, it's a competition. It's a contest. It's not a war. It's not an evil journey. It's a competition. It's a contest. We're contesting to be president, and one person has won. Can the other support? Remember yet again, during the campaign seasons, when the manifestos were being reeled out, everybody talked about how they were going to develop Nigeria. And so the first question, must you be president? Must you be governor? Must you be in one political office to be able to bring about the development that Nigeria needs? First question. And really, I'm looking forward to a good answer, to that question. But then again, don't you think that now it's time for governance? And if you say so, then why can't all three come together and help, with the governance? Now, what I'm thinking, and it's a political thought, I'm guessing some of these politicians would not want to work with the president and form a government the former governor of River State has done, that's Nyesom Wike, is because, I mean, how will the people quantify their contribution, and when it's time for campaign, now say, oh, Atiku did this while he was helping Tinubu, Obi did this while he was helping Tinubu. No, so I'm guessing some of these politicians are asking themselves, how do we quantify whatever efforts we put in the development under Tinubu's administration? But should that really matter? I'm wondering. And yet again, I'm also thinking, if they help Tinubu, give us good governance, are we going to then vote Tinubu out when it's time for 2027 election? That's another way to look at it. But what do you think? Do you think we should go beyond, the politicking that has certain, I don't want to use the word evil, because I can't say evil, but it has very conflicting, is conflicting the right word now? My vocabulary now is failing me again. But you see, the kind of politics we play is, if it's not me, it shouldn't be any other person. Can we go beyond that kind of politics and say, okay, despite our differences, can we be able to work together? Can we be able to say, okay, on this one we agree, so I can help you on this one. On this other one, I do not agree with you, so I probably will not partake and participate in that. Recently, is it the Republican Party? Is it? Yeah, I think lost. Okay, no, I think the Senate president was changed. Is it Senate president or Speaker of the House of Reps? I'm trying to. I can't remember, but in the United States, one of that happened, and it was because he was said to have gone to form some kind of alliance with the opposition party, the Democrat Party. And when he was, given his, farewell speech from the office, he said, "See, I don't regret," and I'm talking about McCarthy now. "I don't regret working with, these other people to bring about governance, even though it has cost me my position." Should that not be the thinking of every politician in Nigeria? Not about position, not about the office, not about sitting on that seat of leadership, but about you and I, the citizenry, and how we can have, governance trickle down so we can enjoy the basics. So I don't know what you think, but I'm going to read the article where some people were calling for, the presidential candidates of Labour Party and PDP to join the president and ensure that Nigeria gets better. Then I'm also looking at it. What are the options? What are the options of the opposition party? And I'm looking at it from that angle because Atiku has been running, for some time now. Is it the third? Is it the fourth time? I've lost count. And, some say he's advanced in age, and by the next 4 years, he will be more advanced in age, and he may not likely to be a preferred candidate going by, the age factor. Some say, will he be allowed to run again, given that he has run, twice now for the PDP straight? Would he be allowed, or will someone, emerge and say, no, it's my turn? Will the party decide to, give it to a southern, someone from a southern state, so that they can compete with, Tinubu on that level? Could that be the situation? So people are saying, okay, so what are the options now? Should Atiku, okay, you know what, my time is almost done. Maybe I can, decide to work, and, all the things I've been desiring to give to Nigeria, this is the time I'm going to give it. Right? That's a possibility, right? Then again, what kind of opposition can the PDP be? Is it the type that will criticize and not prefer solution? I mean, I'm looking at all of these options. What kind of opposition do we even need in Nigeria? They're also looking at it from the angle of Peter Obi. There is the possibility that if he snoozes, he might lose the energy that he was able to acquire, the political energy he was able to acquire before, during, and after the 2023 elections. And I say so because, in Nigeria, we call it vibes, we call it different names, but these energies sometimes are fleeting, very, very easy, to disappear. So do you see, the obedient movement going all the way? Do you see the obedient movement, going all the way to 2027? Or, like some people say, I'll not vote again. I can't believe INEC did this. I can't believe, the Supreme Court did this. The judiciary did this. Do you see that movement going all the way to 2027? And so what is the option for Peter Obi? Should he then shake hands so that he can keep that fire burning? Or you know what? 2027, it comes again. The fire will still be there. And maybe this time it will be his time. I do not know. But let's get to the phone lines and get your thoughts. 17 minutes gone past the hour of 5. I've been talking because I'm somewhat passionate about these conversations. It is like setting the agenda for the next 4 years in the country. So I'd like to hear from you. 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. All right, those are the call numbers. Ring the studio right now and let's talk. Let's talk for development. Or better still, you can send me WhatsApp number a WhatsApp message, I beg your pardon, to the number 0809 030 6416. We're live on Facebook, Nigerian for PH. We're live on YouTube, Nigerian for PH. We're active on X, Nigerian for PH. You can also follow me on social media. All 3 of my major social media accounts have got the same name or handle, D Kalada, TheKalada, Facebook, Instagram, and X. All right. That being said, I'm going to go straight to the phone lines now. Alvin is calling from Diob. Let's take a listen to what Alvin has got to say. Alvin, greetings to you. Welcome. Hello, I can hear you. Go ahead. What's on your mind, please? Alvin, Alvin, can you change your location? I can barely make out what you're saying.
Okay, now.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Just go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you better now. Go ahead.
Okay, I said what you just said is the best way to say it. But I think what is killing Nigerian leaders is pride. Pride.
Okay.
Both even the upcoming political party working up to the government, the government president, they have something to offer. It will be funny for them, and even the ones at the top coming down to the political opinion wants to support.
Alvin, I'm sorry, I can't really hear you. Really terrible network from your end. London Man from Port Harcourt. London Man, it's been a while. Welcome on the show.
Yeah, good afternoon, Kalada.
Yeah, good afternoon to you. It's good to hear from you. Welcome. Let's talk, please.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it is true that the people's will have been hijacked. Yes, they have sustained the will of the people, the will of the masses. Nobody is happy. You can see how the whole atmosphere is quiet. Everywhere is quiet from the time Mahmoud gave them victory. Now that Okoro has affirmed the victory given to them by Mahmoud, everywhere is still quiet. Nothing is going on. Nobody is happy. Yes, obedient movement and the articulate whatever. I think what I want to say is that they should go and re-strategize. Yes, nobody should dash hope. Of course, I know I have been hearing from quarters. Some persons said they will not vote again. Even me, I've given up insurance. I said I will not vote for any election again. But I believe with time, before 2027, when obedient movement is strategized, what is left there is for obedient movement and the article to bear together and see how they bring out Obi. As a matter of fact, I believe if they team together, God will make a way for them.
All right.
People are not happy.
All right, then.
People can vote for their own person.
All right, London Man, thank you very much. I've got to go. I've got Clinton. Oh, Clinton. All right, I've got Origi from Obogu. Origi, welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, greetings to you. Welcome.
You see, until Nigeria will realize that politics is only when the election is on. After campaign and election, governance is the next thing.
Okay.
It's not like football. You can form a football club, and other one, when the other one is failing, you can join the other people to play well. But our Nigerian politics is the winner get all. That is a very bad politics. And the two, the people that lost don't always believe they lost.
Okay.
Look, if you are employed in a company, if you are employed in a company and you are still having hope to get more stuff tomorrow. But the problem with all is that if we lost the election, we think that is the end of our life. For now, for me, as far as I'm concerned, PDP, APC, PDP and the Labour, all is gone. What they are now is, how do Nigeria go tomorrow? How do we go about Nigeria? How do we change our narrative of this problem we have in Nigeria? Not talking about OPJ and PDP. That is gone. We are talking about leadership now. How to enjoy Nigeria again. So let all the people that are struggled to do one thing in the court and the election, let them come back now and form a formidable force to make sure that Nigeria is a living place. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Origi. I've got Clinton. Clinton has called back. He's calling from Bori. Clinton, welcome. What is on your mind, please?
Good evening to you.
Yeah, greetings to you.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that the kind of politics we play in Nigeria has made it very difficult for governance to succeed.
Okay.
Politics is over, and it's the time for governance. Where all parties that participated in the elections are supposed to come together to share ideas to move the country forward. But what we have here in Nigeria is politicians that are self-centered. If you look at the National Assembly, what we have there, these politicians don't really care about the masses. Because if they really cared about the masses, they should have come together to work for the betterment of this country. But that is not the case. So, like you've said, these politicians can decide to say, okay, we have lost the election. Let's play the part of position. But we have that, we can still contribute, share ideas where the government is doing wrongly. Let's say, this is what you're supposed to do. But they will not do that. Instead, they will pray that they lead the current political party straight so that they can use that as a yardstick to campaign through the next election. So it's really bad. I don't think we can really get it right with this kind of mentality in this country.
All right. Thank you very much, Clinton. A commercial break. When I come back, I just remembered I failed to read the article that called for, the unity between the politicians. But when I do come back, I read it. Stay tuned.
What are heroes made of? info.
5:35 p.m. You're still listening to Hard Facts. 92.3 Nigeria Info is the radio station, and I remain Kalada Kurubatsubo. All right, let's look at some messages on WhatsApp and let's see what do we have. Good evening, Kalada. The president is calling for other presidential aspirants to join him in delivering good governance to the people of Nigeria. But my question is that will the president trust these people, knowing the kind of politics in this country? Thanks, Brian from Omudioga. But now, this is not the president calling. Like I said before we went for the break, I was going to read the article, the news article that contains the story that you and I are talking about. So it is on the Daily Trust website. Akpabio, Abbas, governors, Barrow, others urge Atiku Obi to support Tinubu. And you know, with the kind of followers these presidential candidates have, if they say the word, their followers would obey, at least some of them. Senate President Godswill Akpabio, his deputy Barrow Jibrin, Speaker of the House of Representatives Abbas Tajuddin, and governors have hailed the decision of the Supreme Court affirming the victory of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Akpabio, in a statement by his media aide, Esime Eyibo, called on the major rivals of the president to sheath their swords of political combat and join hands with the administration in the collective goal of making the nation great again. And I quote, "The elections have been announced by the electoral authorities and confirmed by the courts, and I call on all former political rivals of the president to show good faith by joining hands with the Bola Tinubu administration in its ongoing efforts to take the nation to a higher level," the statement said. Now, Barrow, in a statement by his media aide Ismail Mudashir, described the judgment as a victory, and he said, "It's now time," I'm quoting him, "it's now time for all to team up with the president to actualize his lofty programs and policies for the development of our country as captured in the renewed Hope agenda," he said. Ahmad Lawan also had something to say about all Nigerians rallying around the president for a stronger and more prosperous nation. A lot of people. Abbas also had something to say in that stead. So that's where I got the conversation from, and that's where I thought about it, and I said, hey, let me ask you the question. What do you think about a unity government? What do you think working for development, not for a political party, not for, Tinubu's, just for you and I to have the basics, the infrastructural needs met and all of that stuff. So what's your take on that, right? I would like to hear from you. 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp messages, you go to the WhatsApp number 0809 030 6416. Your thoughts, please. Let's see this one. Shaka Sali, a Ugandan and erstwhile veteran broadcaster with the VOA, in his usual analysis of any controversial election in Africa, would always conclude such analysis with the statement, "Let's get better, not beater." I should learn that. Let's get better, not beater. The followers of Atiku and Obi, and indeed everyone that is disappointed in the last election, should only find and sustain a better political attitude going forward. Ben in Yewusira. I should learn that. Let's get better, not beater. But I've got Robin. Robin, welcome. What's on your mind, please? Let's get to hear you.
Thank you. Good evening.
Yeah, welcome then.
Yes, the president have touched his hand, asking Atiku and Peter to join him to move Nigeria forward. And I hear people keep saying, after politics governance. I don't understand. What is politics? Are you politics that will fight, or you should beat me to the ground? You should take what belongs to me. You should use all the might. After you collect it, you tell me to go to it. And after you succeeded, you say I should come and join. It's this governor. I don't understand the confusion the people are, the elites or the political elites are trying to put on Nigeria. So you can do any dirty thing, that is politics. After you come and join me in governance, what is governance?
Even when governance, are they not doing the things the best things we are doing before? I don't understand. I'm saying that I ask people and to leave their wood because they all the opportunity they have.
All right, then.
But wanting to become president.
All right. All right. Thank you.
That's what we don't put the West would have done, so they should learn.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Len, you said. Thank you. Kalada, the call for the opposition to join the president's or the present administration is just a political statement. It is like asking someone to come join you eat when he has no intention, or when the person has no intention of sharing the meal with you. The truth of the matter is you can't steal someone's car and ask him to join you in the celebration. Besides, the opposition has to play the role of opposition. If everybody joins the government, then who will criticize them when they are wrong? Daniel from Ozwaba. I mean, all of you in the government doesn't mean you can criticize, right? I mean, think about it. We're talking about development. You agree where there are common grounds and disagree where, of course, there are no common grounds. The best learned people are those who keep this country where we are. And who are these? Over intelligent people. They are the professors, the lawyers, the judges. Any person who does not like the outcome of the Supreme Court should just go to the nearest court, maybe the tennis court or the Abali court. Katie, though I do not also agree with the Supreme Court, however, I have accepted the outcome. But imagine a government without a formidable opposition where all the parties accept the ruling of government. All right. I've got Emeka from Owerri. Emeka, welcome. Let's get your thoughts, please.
My brother, went to this about I don't have and the clear example of that was in Anambra State. Is this because what you are seeing today, the news that is not going to take that line? This one is an economy. Secondly, Canada. Do you know that you remember the relationship between Atiku and Obasanjo in days? You remember Oshibanjo and last of the Buhari recently? See, the moment you go to join these people, Nigerian political structure is also in a way that the head is determining everything. You can advise him, you may not take the advice. And nobody will tell you that the advice, maybe the advice may be in a room. You understand? And water and the oil cannot meet together.
I'm sorry. Now, let me give an example. Nyesom Wike, former governor of Rivers State, His Excellency, still insists that he's a PDP member. That is, that's some kind of unity, right? Being in the PDP, working for an APC government. And yesterday, at the court, when he was asked, he says, I'm not here for political party, I'm here for governance. Should that not be the attitude? Should that not be, the mentality going forward?
You see, Canada, we talk of he's playing everything about me is politics. Everything. I don't think America, most of the things he said, when he said it, I have to think left, think right, weigh it left and right. If I know, because every words that come out of his mouth.
So in summary, please, quickly.
What I'm trying to tell you is the issue of these people coming to stay together with the team or do whatever. I don't think so, because they don't have it. They are political wise, they are not the same.
All right.
You understand?
All right. Thank you very much. I've got to go. Thank you very much, Emeka. I've got to go. Thank you very much. Clement from NT Road. I don't have much time, but can you quickly tell me what is on your mind, please?
Okay, quickly. Kalada, your girlfriend was married to somebody, and who is ready to marry her rather. And after the marriage, the person is telling you, Kalada, you can come and let us come a formidable marriage with her. Is that what you're asking us?
She can call me to be her friend. I don't have to be part of the marriage, but I can be her friend.
How can you be a friend to somebody who has gotten married?
I have married friends. I have married friends. I don't have to sleep with her.
Your girlfriend, somebody you have something with.
She can still be my friend, but I've got to go now at this point. I'm really sorry, Clement.
Let's have something to do in the marriage with her, and you are telling me you can be her friend in the marriage with her.
Okay.
Kalada, because please, I beg, let the government enjoy their government.
All right then.
It's not 4 years. After 4 years, another 4 years, Abi.
All right then.
Congratulations to them.
All right then.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I think there's a commercial break. I need to confirm, so I'll go for a quick break. When I do come back, I would, if I do come back, we would continue the conversation. So do stay tuned to 92.3 Nigeria Info. By some notable politicians, as politicians in the ruling party, some of them from the National Assembly calling for some kind of unity government. They're saying, hey, the courts have said what they've said. Oh, let's shake hands. Let's shake hands. Come on, leave the political battle, leave the political war aside. Let us shake hands. It's for the betterment of our country. It's shaking hands for development, right? Oof. All right. What do you think about that? All right, indeed, I've got to go now. I'm being asked to leave the studio. But hey, we will continue the conversation, the open season. Don't go anywhere, right? I'll be right back.